The Task Force Tips Propak is a unique foam injection and application system. The tank carries 2.5 gallons of foam concentrate, either Class A foam or even the new AFFF alcohol-resistant concentrates. It's designed to work off of typically a 1-inch line or possibly an 1.5-inch line, though you lose a little bit of the flexibility with the 1.5-inch line. The 1-inch line is very, very capable of the flows and pressures that it needs to operate properly. It's rated at about 12 gallons per minute at 100 psi operational pressure, but it will function very, very nicely as low as 50 and 55 psi. So you can see right away, unlike regular reductors that require 200 psi to work properly, this is very, very functional at a very low operational pressure. On the tank itself, you'll see a lid, and on the lid it has a movable kind of a lens on the front of it. You notice a green or red settings. This basically delineates the type of foam that's inside the container. So if the operator, when he comes up to it, if he sees green, he knows that there's Class A foam inside. One of the reds will indicate 1%, 3%, or 6% AFFF, or one of the universal type foams. It's designed to have a label pretty much for every one. Also behind the lid on the tank, you'll find a screen that can be taken in or out to protect pretty much from debris, pine needles. Often this is used in wildland applications, and it pretty much keeps the debris out of the tank so it doesn't get picked up with the adductor. Now this one's been somewhat disassembled, where this one is more of an assembled mode. But I wanted to show you here very quickly the entire eductor, the valving, and the concentrate knob is all integrated into a single unit and easily pops out of the tank with a couple of pull pins. The valve, of course, is a typical on-off type valve that you'd use with your right hand, and then you could use the nozzle with your left hand, and functioning very much like an eductor works. On the top here, you'll see our proportioning knob, and you'll notice there's a green setting and a red setting. Again, it's held on the green side to work with the Class A foam, which mixes typically up to 1%, and the red side has settings for 1, 3, and 6%. Also part of the package, you'll find typically the short hose, almost up to 3 feet here, which is ideally suited for the unit itself, and a choice of 3 types of nozzles. The nozzles themselves are designed with the smoothbore pretty much for reach, penetration. You'll never make a lot of bubbles. You'll never get a lot of aspiration unless you actually bounce it on the ground or somehow mechanically agitate it. But with the smoothbore, again, if you're trying to penetrate or get something that's deep into the ground or brush or blown in insulation, this is the ideal tool for that. We also have a low expansion type tip, which you can see here. It draws air in from the rear, fairly long. You get a certain amount of agitation that runs through here. You give up some of the reach and penetration that you had with the smoothbore tip, but again, because of the agitation here and the aeration taking place, you will kick up the expansion of the foam. So the low expansion tip really is ideally suited where you want a wet, soaking, sloppy type foam. Last we have, and you can see here the difference is huge because we use a screen inside and it entrains a lot of air. This is what we would consider to be a multiple expansion or a medium expansion type tip. If you're looking for reach and penetration, this is absolutely the wrong tool. If you're looking for tremendous amounts of foam to be created, this is the perfect tool. So in a motor vehicle accident or something like that where you want a good foam blanket under something, this type component is ideally suited. The Propak instructions are designed and put right on the side of the tank so you can see operational flows, pressures, teaches you everything you need to know about cleanup and maintenance of the unit. We also have several additional attachments that can be ordered with the Propak. This is a piercing nozzle, which has the same proprietary fitting that all the other nozzles do, which clicks very easily right on the end of the hose for piercing into softer things like hay bales and drywall, things like that. And then we have hose options. This happens to be a 25-foot and is the longest that we can offer. But we have 3-foot, 6-foot, 12-foot, and a 25-foot hose as far as the options that we do provide for you. So again, the Propak is an ideally suited tool for small spills and things like that. If you have any questions on the Propak, of course, give us a call at 800-348-2686, or let any of our regional managers know that you'd like to have a demo or would like to see the product.